MLB on TBS is brought to you by 365 by Whole Foods Market, the splurgiest way to save, and by Hyundai.
Sundays at Miller Park for everybody involved are always a great time. And in normal times, it is a terrific tailgate situation. I mean, the tailgating at Miller Park for a day game is extraordinary. Anthony Rizzo, Wilson Contreras, and Kyle Schwarber. But these are not ordinary times. That's one thing that Craig Counsell told us today. He said, I wish that the media or just the average fan could travel with us and watch what we go through on a daily basis in terms of protocol for safety, preparation for the game. How do you execute the clubhouse and the meals and the distancing?
Said he's been proud of his team. They've been incredibly disciplined, not only on the field but off the field. More importantly this year, off the field.
Rizzo takes out. Now Rizzo has struggled today. He has struck out 3 times. Cubs right now would have the 3 seed as the division winner. Their record not as good as the Braves. The Dodgers sit in the 1 seed in the National League. And the Brewers are in danger of falling 4 under. They don't even show up on these standings. And that first game in Miami against the Phillies has gone final. And so Miami is now 22-21. Giants are playing a doubleheader against the Padres. That is strike 3 called, and Rizzo has struck out 4 times. And that ties a career high.
They don't take him out, he's going to get another opportunity. Breaking ball, good one from Feyereisen at the top of the strike zone.
Adrian Hauser started. Gave up 7 runs, though just 2 of them earned. And here's Contreras. And when teams get to the postseason, in normal times you talk about starting rotations. And starting pitching takes you to the postseason. It takes you to the World Series. I don't know if that's true this year. I know it's important, but it feels like teams who have the best bullpens have been able to keep pace with those that have the best starting pitching.
Well, I think teams are going to get exponentially better because it's their 3rd, 4th, and 5th starter, mostly 4th and 5th, that have really been a problem for almost every team in the game. So once you get to the post, hopefully you are only using 3 pitchers, maybe 4 if you've got a lead, and maybe using those starters in relief roles also.
Arcia over to first. Cubs bullpen has been much better of late.
Left fielder, number 12, Kyle Schwarber.
Schwarber
Rich,
now. Go ahead, Ronnie.
No, what I was just saying, what I find interesting on what we were talking about is that the game has changed as far as number of pitchers that teams have and use during the regular season. Some teams have 13, 14, 15 pitchers on their roster. But one thing that hasn't changed, once you get to the postseason, there's only about 6 or 7 that you want to use. And that'll always be the case.
Well, Rizzo has struck out 4 times. Schwarber has walked 3 times. The damage has been done mostly near the bottom of the order for the Cubs, with a good chunk of that self-inflicted by the Brewers in a messy 4th inning. David Bodie has a 2-run homer in the 9 spot. Caratini hitting 8th RBI single. Kipnis has driven in a couple in the 7 spot. Hayward RBI single in the 6 spot. And that is a swing and a miss. Feyereisen goes 1-2-3.
We make it so you can take it on any adventure, but only you can create the memories. We've made it the longest lasting, but only you can make it family. And that's why, for 80 years, we don't make Jeep, you do.
Right now, get $3,750 combined cash allowance plus $750 bonus cash on 2020 Jeep Cherokee models.
Vented where you want it. Cool when you need it. Cool Zone Fly from Fruit of the Loom.
So you could have chocolate, you could have a marshmallow, you could have a graham cracker.
But they're just ingredients.
Yes, until you actually melt them together.
Turn up the heat.
They're not a s'more.
No.
This is a s'more.
Toasted s'more shake.
Your mission: stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious infections and blood clots, sometimes fatal, have occurred, as have certain cancers, including lymphoma, and tears in the stomach or intestines, and changes in lab results. Your doctor should monitor your blood work. Tell your doctor about any infections, and if you are or may become pregnant while taking Rinvoq.
Take on RA. Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq relief. Rinvoq, make it your mission. If you can't afford your medicine, AbbVie may be able to help.
Our Progressive game summary. Well, to summarize, in the fourth, 2 errors opened the door, a couple bloop hits, and Chicago had 5 runs, and they added 4 in the fifth. Alec Mills has been terrific. He hasn't given up a hit yet. And a 9-0 lead with just 2 weeks left in the season. First pitch swinging on the ground, and Eric Sogard is out. Defensive changes. Speedy Billy Hamilton is now in center field. Ian Happ is now in left. But the story really shifts to Mills, who's not given up a hit. Nottingham in the 9 spot. The most pitches he's thrown in a game in the big leagues, 102. That was his last time out. The most innings he's pitched in the big leagues, 7. He's done it twice.
Well, he's got an incredibly low pitch count, so that's in his favor as he tries to work his way through this lineup. I think he's done everything that David Ross was telling us today that he needed from Mills, and that was fastball command, 4-pitch mix, really mix it up at all times, and that make every fastball count. He's done that.
Elevates at 89. And 2 down here in the 6th.
But after all that slow stuff, that 89 looked more like, as far as Nottingham's swing, looked more like 99, as he's extremely late on that pitch upstairs.
Javi Garcia now has lined out and bounced out. What was it that David Ross told us? Fastball command. And he used Kyle Hendricks as the example, that if you don't have velocity, you have to have fastball command, and Mills certainly has shown that. On the ground, too short. Baez crossed the diamond just in time. That may be a replay. Garcia is asking for a review. Remember, Craig Counsell's been ejected. He is out.
Brad's made us feel something once. They can do it again. Introducing the turbocharged K5.
Our produce standards are more than a label. It's a promise that every fruit on your table was chosen by someone who thinks farmers rule and supported organic before it was cool. There's mighty high standards in that salad bowl because that's what makes us whole.
This week on The Upper Hands, special guest Flo challenges the hand models to show off the ease of comparing rates with Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. International hand model John gets personal.
Your wayward pinky is grotesque.
Then, a high-stakes patty cake battle royale ends in triumph.
You have the upper hand.
It's a race to the lowest rate and so much more. Only on The Upper Hands.
Arby's new prime rib cheese steaks. Because a great cheese steak should start with a great cut of steak. Then finish by telling all your friends how great it was and where you got it. Arby's, we have the meat.
Everyone's feeling the pressure.
In a 60-game sprint to the postseason, we've never seen a pennant chase like this.
You ready?
Showtime!
You ain't see nothing.
That is crushed. What's gotten into him? Game winner!
What a time to come through in a pennant race.
Emotions so high.
With one swing, wins the game.
You ain't see nothing.
9-0. Cubs on top. Brewers deeper into their bullpen. And Corey Knebel is in. You see Knebel still coming back from Tommy John surgery. This was a really good bullpen weapon. And the Brewers are hopeful that he works back into that form.
Last pitched last Tuesday, perfect inning in Detroit, the 8th. And here to face Javi Baez, who almost nonchalanted the last ground ball, but barely got Garcia at first base. Pretty significant considering how Alec Mills is pitching.
Yeah, Brewers chose not to challenge. It was close. And you're right, I think Baez realized that he really had to, after a bit of a hesitation, get something on it. This was an Adrian Hauser start. JP Fireeisen for a couple of innings. And now Knebel. Ooh, he dots the outside corner. That's what this guy can do. I mean, pay no attention to the ERA and the numbers that popped up on the screen. He is a much better pitcher than that. And coming back from Tommy John surgery is not easy. He's still in that process.
Yeah, a few seasons ago, he's one of the top relief pitchers in the game, the closer for the Brewers. When they first started their run to consecutive postseasons, it was Knebel who got most of the big outs before Hader.
Now Hayward, the hero last night and an RBI hit today. The Cubs really haven't bludgeoned the Brewers to get these runs. There have been a lot of odd plays, defensive miscues. David Bodie has the only home run with a 2-run shot. And you're right. I know where you were going there.
Yeah. I mean, the Cubs only have 5 hits.
.3-0 is up, and Hayward walks.
You know, Rich, you were mentioning before how this season has kind of snuck up on all of us, and although August seemed to take forever, racing through September. So teams like Milwaukee and others are finding themselves in a win every game kind of scenario. So these games hurt a lot.
It almost feels like that started 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Knebel with a breaking ball that misses in. Kipnis had a sacrifice fly back in the 5th. That was that odd play in which Baez went from second to third. And then when the Brewers threw the ball to second to appeal, they felt that time was out, and Baez got to his feet and raced to the plate and scored. Kipnis pops that up. Shift is on, so a bit of a jog over. Arcia makes the play, and there's 2 outs.
You know, the one thing about it, though, Rich, is that if they were appealing, you can never appeal a base if time is called. Time has to be in play to appeal whether a runner left early or not. So I think that's the discrepancy, is that they were trying to appeal the play, but maybe one of the umpires had called time. That's what Craig Counsell had issues with.
Caratini now. And that one fouled back. If you're just happening by, Alec Mills, the Cubs starter, who was terrific his last time out. 6 scoreless innings, giving up just 4 hits in the win against the Reds. Has 6 no-hit innings in this ball game. And Knebel's breaking ball just inside. He wants an appeal down to third, and he doesn't get it.
Yeah, I think Nottingham thought it was a strike just on the pitch alone. Tighter strike zone from Chris Siegel all afternoon. That's what's made Mills' 6 innings even more fun to watch.
At the knees. Knebel missed all of last year after the Tommy John surgery, which was done in early April. Then he hurt a hamstring, which is not, you know, sometimes when you're coming back from Tommy John or a surgery like that, it's something else that slows you down. He just came off the DL for that hamstring injury. He pitched on Tuesday and was perfect against the Tigers. That's another thing in this ballpark on afternoon games. The sun, as you get into the later innings, starts to make it a little more challenging at the plate. That ball smoked to center and hit pretty well, and off the top of the wall. Garcia will pick it off of there. Round third comes Hayward, and he's going to score. Second RBI for Caratini. It's 10-0 Cubs.
good day, like you said, for the bottom of the order today. David Bodie with a 2-run home run, and now Caratini with a line drive off the wall in center field. Played nicely by Garcia, but the good speed of Hayward scores the 10th run.
Second double-digit run output for the Cubs this year. Bodie takes a breaking ball up. And Nottingham had to really get the glove up in a hurry to get that. Knebel's All-Star season was 2017. His ERA was 1.78 and 39 saves.
It's almost like Nottingham hurt his left arm reaching up for that baseball, so taking a second or two to shake it off. Reach up for that 90 plus, 95 plus. It's almost like your shoulder comes out of joint. He's also messing around with his thumb a little bit. Maybe he caught it in a bad part of the glove. That was a case of the catcher and the pitcher decided on what pitch to throw. Catcher then sat on. Here's the play where he had to go up and caught it right in the end of the glove.
Gamble is over, and he makes the catch. Another one for the Cubs. A 10-0 lead. Alec Mills back at it.
Jericho with a drop kick pinpoint accuracy.
Magnificent is Ray Phoenix.
It looks insane. Look at this.
Oh, amazing for a man that size. Oh my God! Power. What power? Look at Moxley. He's a wild animal right now. And that is all.
All Elite Wrestling on TNT. Watch Thursday Night Dynamite at 8 or anytime on demand and the app.
Celebrate from anywhere. Catch up from anywhere. Dine in from anywhere. Anywhere is possible when your vehicle is serviced with Jiffy Lube Multicare. Your skilled technicians are here to help keep you and your vehicle moving forward. Anywhere is possible with Jiffy Lube.
Introducing Slices and Sticks. 4 slices of pepperoni pizza together with 8 Italian cheese sticks. A combination as unexpected as the Saxa telephone.
Hey, Mom.
New Slices and Sticks, just $6.
Pizza, pizza.
Introducing the future of fitness. It's every class you can imagine, live
Welcome back to the Mirror.
You've got this, John.
and on demand. It's boxing, cardio, yoga, and more. It's an interactive, goal-crushing, whole family, whole body fitness machine.
It's so cool.
The future of fitness is at home. The Mirror.
With FanDuel, it's easy to find the perfect fantasy contest no matter how you like to play. From beginners only to the Sunday Million and even all new snake drafts. But to make game day even more perfect, we found the perfect live halftime entertainment. Tap dancing.
No.
Here comes the good part.
I don't like it.
With FanDuel, there's no easier way to find your perfect fantasy contest. Join today and play free all season long.
Let's take a look at StatCast powered by Google Cloud. This, as Ron Darling described it, it came in fence high and it left fence high. The launch angle at 26, 97 off the bat. And that for the Cubs, their only home run in what has been a 10-run day. But the story right now is Alec Mills, the 28-year-old.
Yeah, not many times, Rich, that you have a young man or a score of 10-0, and the story really is their starting pitcher, drafted by the Kansas City Royals in 22nd round of 2012, the 673rd player chosen.
Well, as I noted, He had to walk on at Tennessee Martin in college. Yelich is up. Keston Hiura and Daniel Vogelbach. Mills, the 4 strikeouts, the 2 walks. 7 innings is his longest major league appearance. I think the sound effect room is a little out of control there in Milwaukee. They were waiting for that to die down. Yelich is bounced out, lined out. Fastball, letter high, strike.
The bewitching inning for a pitcher with a no-hitter is the 7th. If you get through the 7th, then it becomes very serious.
Yelich goes after a breaking ball at the bottom of the zone, and it's 0-2. On the ground, tough throw in time, and Yelich is out. And that's the first out of the 7th inning. Bodie making a nice play, and here comes Hiura.
Well, watch, he did not take his time. Going to his right, he knows the speed of Yelich and got rid of it quickly and made it look like an easy play. It was not. This is where the defensive players get some nerves.
Last Cub to do it, Jake Arrieta in 2016. Hiura has struck out and walked. Into right center. And Hayward there. 2 outs in the 7th. And again, Ron, the pitch count is very economical.
Yeah, I mean, he's at a place where, you know, his manager, his pitching coach are not going to feel like they're putting him in a spot where he's never been before. You already discussed that he's pitched 7 innings in the major leagues. His last start against the Reds, 6 shutout innings on 102 pitches. So you know he's got 100+ in him.
That slow breaking ball has been a great pitch to the left-handed hitters. He's been able to catch the outside corner and get ahead. Two and one.
Jake Arrieta had 2 no-hitters in a Cubs uniform against the Reds in 15 when he won the Cy Young, and in 16, like you said, against the Cincinnati Reds.
And the Brewers haven't been no-hit since 2007 when Verlander got him.
Well, this stadium, as he walks Vogelbach, this stadium reminds me of, they had to have a game here, the Cubs against the Houston Astros, and Houston was, I believe, the home team, and Carlos Zambrano threw a no-hitter against them here.
Yes, he did.
That was because of hurricane in the Houston area.
Now Jerko, and that's a strike. Jerko's flied out, popped out. And you can see Rizzo trying to cheat as much off the line as he could. with a 10-0 lead. He's in with Vogelbach as well. It gives him the opportunity to really space it out.
Yeah, with the second baseman Kipnis up the middle, just trying to fill that hole as much as he can.
In the air, on the infield, Alec Mills of the Cubs has 7 no-hit innings in Milwaukee.
What if you drove an SUV that paid attention, even when you didn't? Like the Hyundai Kona, the first car in its class that monitors steering and lane position in order to alert tired or distracted drivers. Driver attention warning from Hyundai, the brand with more 2020 IIHS Top Safety Awards than Honda or Toyota.
Get 0% APR for 60 months on the 2020 Kona, now with complimentary maintenance. Only from Hyundai.
I browsed 8 sites for divorce attorneys today.
I browsed 8 sites for divorce attorneys today.
I love working with you.
Me too.
Red heart emoji.
Blue heart emoji.
I hate Lee though.
Puke emoji.
Puke emoji.
My heart rate is currently 150, 151, and back down to 150.
On March 15th, I purchased prenatal vitamins and 4 pregnancy tests.
The number on my credit card is 0237 1221
What's he gonna chase? The slider? Nah. The changeup? Oh, I've got it. Curveball. Never halfway.
Hankook Tire.
Vented where you want it. Cool when you need it. Cool Zone Fly from Fruit of the Loom.
Nothing. Cubs on top. No hits for the Brewers. Cubs starter Alec Mills has been terrific. Taylor in center, Jace Peterson in left for the Brewers. And a right-hander out of the bullpen on the mound for Milwaukee.
Drew Rasmussen, their 10th best prospect coming into this year. He's had 2 Tommy John surgeries, missed all of 2018. Was called up from the alternate training site on the 12th and made his debut on the 19th of August.
Rasmussen gets Ian Happ in the top of the order. Happ's single came in the 4th, reached on an error in the 3rd. 3 errors opened the gates for the Cubs, and they've poured it on with 10 runs into the shift. Introducing MLB Film Room, powered by Google Cloud. Create custom reels and search 3.5 million videos. Watch, create, and share only at MLB.com/Film Room. Well, here's Rizzo, and this has not been a day that he would like to phone home about, at least not yet. He had struck out 4 times. There's contact, and that's Sogard who runs it down. So not a strikeout, but an 0 for 5 for Rizzo.
Rizzo, if it was any other game, is probably out of the game. But because of what Mr. Mills has going on, he's one of the best defensive players on the Cubs roster. He's still in the game.
It's a great point.
Won't have to worry about the social distancing with Alec Mills today.
While he's on the bench?
Yeah. That'll be the same 100 years from now. Pitcher's got one of those special games going. Can't find anyone to talk to.
The only pitcher I've seen that broke that rule was the late Jose Fernandez, who spent most of his time in the dugout talking to everybody, regardless of whether he had a no-hitter, middle innings, or not. Rasmussen ready, 0-2 to Contreras. Hit into right field. The shift was over to have him pull, and he goes against it for a hit. Cubs have a runner here in the top of the 8th.
Nice hitting there by Contreras, going the other way, getting himself a knock, going against the defense. Bat flip on the base hit.
Not a stylish one. That was more out of necessity, right? That was like,
no, I'm not. I'm pro bat flip. So
Billy Hamilton now. To your point with Rizzo, now you've got Hamilton patrolling center field.
Yeah.
This is his first at bat. Hamilton's looking for a home, and the Cubs obviously like having a guy like him on the bench for his blazing speed, his ability to steal bases, and to go gap to gap defensively if they need him in center field.
Well, you know, it comes into play more here in the regular season, right? With the runner on second in extra innings, he's a guy that can maybe steal a game for you. But in the postseason, he could play a big role for these Cubs also.
Hamilton's got himself a base hit. Jace Peterson collects it. Contreras stops at second. And some 2-out hits here in the 8th. Javi Baez coming up.
Shortstop, number 9, Javier Baez.
You know, Rich, I had a couple of no-hitters just like Alec Mills through 7 innings in 1992, and they're separated by about 10 days against the same team. The Toronto Blue Jays would end up winning the World Series that year, and they were both broken up on the first pitch in the top of the 8th inning by the same hitter, Candy Maldonado. I mean, how strange is that?
Same pitch.
So no Candy Maldonado here for Alec Mills.
Baez goes after the first pitch, lifts it into shallow right. Gamble is there, and on we go. Bottom 8. Alec Mills, 7 no-hit innings.
The only thing that makes T-Mobile's new offer on iPhone better is the people you share it with. So right now, switch and get 2 new lines of unlimited for only $90 and get 2 iPhone 11s or 2 iPhone 11 Pros on us. All on T-Mobile's most powerful signal that goes farther than ever before. Hurry into T-Mobile now and get 2 iPhone 11s or 2 iPhone 11 Pros on us. Only at T-Mobile.
How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. 10,000 perfectly placed stitches. 16 beautiful speakers beating with 1,400 watts of power. The performance of 617 thundering horses and 0 to 60 in 3 awe-inspiring seconds. This is the M8 competition, the most powerful BMW ever.
From the time you're born, a gland in your brain produces growth hormone. It's what makes you stay lean, build strong muscles, and feel energetic. Unfortunately, around the age of 20, your body starts producing less GH. And by the time you're in your 40s and 50s, it's much harder to stay energetic, lean, and build muscle. But what if there was a way to tell your body to get back to work and boost your GH levels again? Nugenix GH Boost uses an amino acid and botanical blend, clinically demonstrated to help your body boost its own GH levels more than 100%. Text MOTOR to 369369. To get your complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost, you'll get the boost you need to sculpt a stronger, leaner body that is sure to turn heads. Get back to work with Nugenix GH Boost. Text MOTOR to 369369. To get a complimentary sample of Nugenix GH Boost, text now and we'll include a bottle of new Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Text MOTOR to 369369.
Our Geico game recap. And for this man, Ron Darling, it's been a special day so far. Alec Mills.
Yeah, he hasn't thrown a lot of changeups, but his fastball has found its mark. He's been able to, late in the count, use that fastball to get strikeouts upstairs. And that slow hook has been really the theme of the game. I don't think he's thrown a ball with one yet.
Ben Gamble fouls it off. Gamble, Arcia, Sogard. 6, 7, 8. Mills at 86 pitches.
See, Caratini called for that pitch in the dirt with the 0-2 count, or sorry, the 1-2 count, and just missed its mark over the middle of the plate. So maybe a rare mistake there by Mills. Got away with it.
Oftentimes, managers and pitching coaches gauge their starters on stressful innings and stressful pitches. I don't think there is one, either an inning or a pitch, that Mills has experienced. He has been composed and in control from the very start.
Yeah, really just the 3 walks have kept him from making it even easier.
Check swing. Did he go? Todd Titchener, third base umpire. Popped him up. Caratini, and there's one out. And he's over the Ron Darling hurdle.
Yes. Way to go. This is where, you know, the game's out of hand. So, I mean, the players become like kids, become fans themselves and rooting for this young man to get it done.
And this now the longest outing in the big leagues. Arcia's bounced out, lined out. The shadows from the mound are gone. It's sunlight for both the plate and the mound right now. Ah, the curveball, and a good one.
His pitches are just, they're tantalizing. And then when he gets ahead, he tries to surprise them with that fastball. I'm thinking that the last no-hitter by a Cub, Arrieta's, I think David Ross was the catcher, now a manager.
To short, Baez loads up, got him. 2 down in the 8th.
That's the great thing, Rich, about no-hitters. They've been thrown by some of the elite Hall of Fame pitchers, in the history of the game, but there's also guys that you'll never remember that have thrown no-hitters also. They'll remember, but maybe the average baseball fan wouldn't. Whether it's Bud Smith for the Cardinals.
Outside corner starts the Sogard at bat. Oh for 2. Pulls the breaking ball, and Mills is out in front, 0-2.
Pitching against Sogard here, who hasn't been able to get a start in the last 11 games because of his inability to put any meaningful offense together. You can almost feel Mills' tempo quickening just a bit.
He's been
Heart must be pounding through that jersey.
He's been really good at that tempo all day long. Another 0-2. University of Tennessee Martin, and a late round pick of the Royals back in 2012. He's 28. Cunningham, Tennessee is home. You can see the infield swung a bit for Sogard.
Maybe the first time we've seen Mills and Caratini not agree on a pitch as Sogard steps out.
0-2 in the air. Bodie, 3 outs to get for Alec Mills, who is no-hitting the Brewers.
There's something magical that happens when Arby's combines melted provolone, fire-roasted peppers, and prime rib steak. Ta-da! Arby's, we have the meats.
Celebrate from anywhere. Catch up from anywhere. Dine in from anywhere. Anywhere is possible when your vehicle is serviced with Jiffy Lube. Your skilled technicians are here to help keep you and your vehicle moving forward. Anywhere is possible with Jiffy Lube.
Gene, did you know Geico is now offering an extra 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies?
That's great.
That's 15% on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? John Stamos to knit you a scarf?
All finished, Gene. Enjoy.
Thank you.
I give.
The stitch work is impeccable.
It's just a double fleck pattern with a reverse garter stitch. No big deal.
Is your hair this soft?
Softer.
Geico. Save an extra 15% when you switch by October 7th.
Now the time has come. Time, no place to run. Time has come today. Time has come today.
Still your best friend, and now your co-pilot. Still a father, but now a friend. Still an electric car, just more electrifying. Still a night out, but everything fits in. Still hard work, just a little easier. Still a legend, just more legendary. Chevrolet, making life's journey just better.
Want to clap or cheer for your favorite team even when you're not at the ballpark? Now you can with MLB's Cheer at the Ballpark. Visit MLB.com/cheer for a full list of cheerable games and let your team hear your excitement from home. Luis Urias is at shortstop because the other shortstop is now pitching. As you sometimes get in a runaway game, Orlando Arcia is on the mound. Hayward, Kipnis, Caratini, and I think that's his four-seamer at 68 miles an hour.
Well, this is 12 days between appearances for Arcia on the mound. He pitched on September 1st, too.
And he's not trying.
You know, you're stuck.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're stuck in a real quandary here because, you know, the Cubs hitters want to go up here and get as many hits as they can, right? But you certainly wouldn't want Mills to be sitting on the bench for a long time. I mean, the best thing they could do for their pitcher is to make 3 outs on 10 pitches. I mean, they certainly won't do that because the competitive juices that flow they're trying to add on to their day. Johnny Cueto by Arcia there without any of the quality.
I mean, look, your point's a great one in that you don't want this inning to go for 20 minutes. Hayward hits one through the shift and into right field, and he's got a base hit. Remember, at the outset of the telecast, we talked about the Brewers and how their bullpen was thin. Brett Anderson was scratched from a start last night. They had to use Brent Suter in an emergency start and then hand it off after just 3 innings of Suter for the rest of the bullpen to carry it into the 9th. Now the Cubs came back and scored 4 runs in the 9th. But Craig Counsell told us today, hey, he needed length out of Adrian Hauser. He got 4 innings. 3 arms out of the bullpen. And now Arcia. That ball is lined foul. Or did it bounce up and it's a double?
I think it's a ground rule double.
It is. It's a double for Kipnis. We lost it in the corner, and here's a look.
Just inside the line, goes up off the top turnbuckle and out of play. Put the clock on. Here comes the 20 minutes.
Yeah, and this is what you described, and this is what you really don't want to see. You've got Alec Mills sitting on the bench, throwing a no-hitter, and you'd love to get him right back out there.
But what can you do? I mean, Arcia is just throwing lollipops in there. What do you do as a hitter? Tee off. I'm always surprised when the everyday player comes in the pitch that they don't have more on the baseball. Almost all of the guys that come in throw about this speed.
Well, he went up to 80 miles an hour there. He's going to get an out, which is important. A run is going to score. Hayward crosses. Caratini knocks home his 3rd run, but there's an out. And it's 11-0.
Third baseman number 13, David Bodie.
Here is Bodie. Sometimes position players that volunteer to pitch have gone in there and pitched, and the next day are sorry they did it because their entire body hurts. It's throwing off of elevation. It's doing things and using muscles that you usually don't use.
I know Jose Canseco ended up going on the disabled list after throwing an inning of knuckleballs.
In the air to center field. Caught there. And another run is going to come across. So the important thing in the big picture is 2 outs now.
Yeah, they're doing it quickly. A 3 RBI afternoon for David Bodie.
Now Happ. I'm always surprised when the radar gun flashes 45. Be there for every pitch this season with the Bleacher Report app. Join a community of fans, connect with friends, follow scores from around the league. Download the BR app today. If you're just happening by, Alec Mills has a no-hitter through 8. The Cubs are blasting the Brewers. Orlando Arcia, the Brewers shortstop, is in pitching. There are 2 outs. And Happ walks. And guess what? Rizzo, who is 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts now, gets a crack at 47 miles an hour.
I mean, it's surreal, isn't it, to have someone on the mound who's having fun and kind of chuckling and lobbing it in there.
Rizzo on the ground, sliding stop, and a wide throw out at first. And here we go to the bottom of the 9th. Alec Mills, 8 no-hit innings.
This right here, this is that new Powerade Power Water. That right there is me about to dunk so hard your ancestors will feel it. This is my team getting so hot the rock becomes a fiery ball of greatness. This is my squad raining so many threes, meteorologists will call this
Tropical Storm Bucket!
And this is me just getting started. New Powerade Power Water. More power from me.
Another bundle in the books.
Gotta hand it to you, Jamie. Your knowledge of Victorian architecture really paid off this time.
Nah, just got lucky. So did the Thompsons. That faulty wiring could have cost them a lot more than the mudroom.
Thankfully, they bundled their motorcycle with their home and auto. They're protected 24/7.
What do you say? One more game of backgammon?
Not on your life.
From the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power, introducing the new Ego Power Plus blower, the handheld blower with unmatched power. It generates 650 cubic feet of air per minute, delivering performance that exceeds the power of gas. Featuring Ego's patented 56-volt arc lithium battery technology, it runs for over 90 minutes on a single charge. The all-new Ego Power Plus blower, available at Lowe's, Ace, and Ego authorized dealers.
Add some resistance. Sarah, your Movie Plus trial is about to expire. Do you want to continue or cancel?
Capital One knows life doesn't update you about your credit card. So meet Eno, the Capital One assistant that looks out for charges that might surprise you and helps you fix them. Another way Capital One is watching out for your money when you're not. What's in your wallet?
In Milwaukee this afternoon, we arrive in the bottom of the 9th. The 28-year-old Alec Mills is no-hitting the Brewers. Jacob Nottingham, the 9-hitter. And then the 1-2 spot in the Brewers order. But remember, it's not Garcia and Yelich, it's Taylor and Peterson who have come in to the ball game. 1-0. Broken bat in the air. Rizzo there, and he makes the catch. And that's the first out of the 9th inning. 2 outs to get. The last no-hitter for the Cubs, Jake Arrieta, 2016. His catcher, David Ross, the only no-hitter that Ross would catch in his long major league career. Taylor takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Tyrone Taylor just missed. And you know the pressure is on for everybody. Caratini, and behind him, Chris Siegel. 1-2. Got him! 1 out away. Boy, he dialed it up.
Good sinking fastball down and in. Just think about this. Drafted in the 22nd round, your chances of making the major leagues are minimal. Chances of being 1 out away from a no-hitter, hard to believe.
Jace Peterson's first at bat. And it just missed. It looked like it caught the corner. One 1-0 pitch. Not only a late round draft pick, but a walk-on to his college team, the University of Tennessee Martin. 2-0, and he's fallen behind here 3-0. And you've got a better hitter on deck. And
Don't worry about the hitter. Yeah, don't give in to Peterson here with a 3-0 fastball. But he did.
And he got the
Maybe a
strike.
little cutter.
Three and 1. An out away. Up the middle. Baez the first. A no-hitter. Alec Mills did it. Right into the shift. What a moment. And what a day for the 28-year-old Alec Mills.
David Ross before the game told us that Alec had pitched some big games for them since they lost a couple of their starters to the injured list. None bigger than today.
The 15th start of his major league career. Into the shift it went.
If you're going to have a ground ball hit to anyone on the field, make sure it's to Javi Baez. And you can excuse the lack of social distancing this afternoon. What a day.
A special moment in such an odd season. Alec Mills no-hits the Brewers, and the Cubs win.
Introducing Schwab Stock Slices. For as little as $5, now anyone can own companies in the S&P 500, even if their shares cost more. At $5 a slice, you could own 10 companies for $50 instead of paying thousands. All commission-free online. Schwab Stock Slices, an easy way to start investing or to give the gift of stock ownership. Schwab, own your tomorrow.
Your mission: stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq. Rinvoq, a once-daily pill, can dramatically improve symptoms. Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq relief. With RA, your overactive immune system attacks your joints. Rinvoq regulates it to help stop the attack.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious infections and blood clots, sometimes fatal, have occurred, as have certain cancers, including lymphoma, and tears in the stomach or intestines, and changes in lab results. Your doctor should monitor your blood work. Tell your doctor about any infections, and if you are or may become pregnant while taking Rinvoq.
Take on RA. Talk to your rheumatologist about Rinvoq Relief. Rinvoq. Make it your mission.
If you can't afford your medicine, AbbVie may be able to help.
Now the time has come. Time, no place to run. Time has come today. Time has come today.
MLB on TBS is brought to you by Charles Schwab. Own your tomorrow. By Ram, built to serve. And by Progressive, a grand slam for your budget. Visit progressive.com.
What a moment in Milwaukee. 28-year-old Alec Mills no hits the Brewers. Rich Waltz along with Ron Darling. And what a show it was.
I think I was even more nervous than Alec was through this afternoon, but he had everything working. 11 of the 27 outs he got were on the ground. He had 5 punch outs, but that wasn't the name of the game. It was that slow curveball that he probably got a dozen strikes without a swing that really set up the rest of his game. The first batter of the game, Avisail Garcia, probably hit the ball the hardest with a line out to right field. And then after that, Mills was in complete charge as he etches his name in the history books.
Last to do it was Jake Arrieta. Now it's Alec Mills, 16th no-hitter in Cubs history, the 12th different Cub to do it. And of note, in Arrieta's no-hitter, his catcher, David Ross. And of course, Ross, the manager of the Cubs, a pretty proud manager, kept his best defense on the field throughout, and it paid off. Next Sunday, Yankees and Red Sox, 1 o'clock start on TBS. They'll have to go a ways to match this. Congratulations to Alec Mills. The Cubs now 8 over the 500 mark. Brian Woodrum, our producer, Lonnie Dale, our director. For Ron Darling, I'm Rich Waltz. What a ride it was. Alec Mills, no hits, the Brewers.
We now join the following program already in progress.
The rest of you may go, but not you.
That was fun.
18, 19, 20. 20 pirates at 2 gold pieces ahead. It's minus the headless ones. Let's see.
Not a bad night.
You see how the pirates ran? My story softened their resolve.
The resolve must be broken,